Okay, so we've got the band Tool, the song Intolerance, 1993. And 1993 is very specific because it was probably 1993 and 1994 were probably my biggest years to be in this energy. And this energy here is I don't want to be hostile, I don't want to be dismal, and I don't want to rot in an apathetic existence. See, I want to believe you, and I wanted to trust you, and I wanted to have faith. Put away the dagger. But you lie, cheat, and steal. You lie, cheat, and steal. And the whole song is veil of virtue hung to hide your method while I smile and I laugh and I dance and I sing. Your praise, your glory, mask your stigma as I smile and laugh and dance and sing while you cheat, steal, and lie. Now, I want you guys to study that song Tool and maybe the whole album. But what I want to talk about with that, there's a few things that Astro wants me to talk about. One thing is Lifetime After Lifetime. That's the title. We have been lied to. We have been stolen from. We have been treated terribly. We've also been on the other end of the stick. You've had lifetimes where you were the one lying, cheating, stealing. Okay? You see where I'm going with this? The energy right now is an energy of we're not going to tolerate it no more. This is it. We're putting an end to lying, cheating, stealers. Intolerance, no more. Okay? So since 1993 till now, let's just use that time frame, was my chapter where I could go through my dark night of the soul and stop lying, cheating, stealing, or hanging around with people that lie, cheat, and steal. And I was in recovery for most of them years. 93 and 94 and half of 95 were very dark, big time this energy. But 95 till now, I've been going through that dark night of the soul. And when I told you that a lot of my AA people that I taught were enemies from the past, and I was cleaning up my karmic assignments. Okay? Some were not enemies, some were soul sisters, soul brothers, right? Karmic assignments I was cleaning up. Whether I was doing it for them, for me, whatever. We clean up our karmic assignments. Now that that's all been done for the last 5 years, I have been going through another transformation from the caterpillar to the butterfly, and hopefully the eagle, this is my Harley Davidson shirt, hopefully the eagle don't eat the butterfly, right? Okay, so we're going to get right into this, but I want you to understand the energy. The energy of the song is we're not tolerating any of this anymore, okay? So if somebody does something to you that's toxic, we need to leave it. The boundaries have to be very, very solid right now. And if they're not, like I said in yesterday's video, you're going to get sucked in to their bullshit because you have not cut the cords. Gotta cut the cords. I don't care if we're talking mom, dad, husband, wife, boss, best friend, galactics, whoever it is that you're cutting the cords to good. Okay? Now, the cards, they wanted me to use the Rider-Waite deck and put out 11 cards. That's what they wanted me to do on the shorts. So you can study the pictures with the song. He's basically just saying, liar, cheater, steal. You lie, cheat, and steal throughout the whole song. I just read you the main lyrics, but you can look at the pictures. They want you to study the pictures when I do these kind of spreads that don't have the words on them. The Oracle decks have the words on them, where these decks don't. And I don't want you to focus so much on when it says Knight of Cups, Temperance, King of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, Page of Pentacles, King of Swords, and the Star. Those were the main words on some of them cards, right? The rest of the cards didn't have words, they just had pictures, okay? They want you to study the pictures on those cards while you listen to the shorts. They want you to look up the lyrics again, and they want you to feel the energy of the music to know what kind of energy weather forecast I have for you right now. So it's an intolerance. It's where we're not going to tolerate anything. Now, I've been doing this for the last 5 years where I'm not tolerating anything. When I was in AA, I was tolerating you if you were sober, but not if you were drinking per se, right? And then before 95, it was just all hands out, all anything. I handled anything, okay? So this is much different than it was, okay? We use times to talk because that helps you to see where the timeline was. The timeline now is No Mercy, and that was Nazareth. Okay, so we've got the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups into Temperance. Now, I want to show you these because he's riding that white horse right towards the angel. The angel already has 2 cups and is balancing it out, but he's riding towards the angel to show that he has received and he is now ready to give the cup. Okay, so he's ready, you're ready, she's ready, we're all ready. Okay, we know that one. What are we ready for? The King of Cups to get his crown. He's got the cup in hand. He's now sitting. This is the Knight. This is the balancing out, right? The Knight had to balance things out with the angel's help. Had to go on that dark night of the soul, right? Now he's a king. Now he's the King of Cups. What happens after you're all 4 kings? Yep, you're the Hierophant. Now, sometimes we have different assignments in different kings to become a Hierophant. This reading is talking about the King of Swords and the King of Cups. So truth about his own love. Communication, the 8 of Wands with the Wheel of Fortune, okay? Now, what that's telling me is that everything's changing and you're hearing about it. Now, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to do the right? Are you going to do the next right thing? Are you going to cut them cords? Are you going to go by your heart? Or are you going to do it the opposite way? Okay, so communication, 8 of Wands with the Wheel of Fortune. Then we had the Page of Pentacles with the 7 of Pentacles. Told you I couldn't get away from the 7 of Pentacles if I tried. And the page is somebody that puts it into action. So you see here how he's putting that pile together, right? And I'm drawn to the one by his feet. He's like got one more to put up on the pile, right? And then I'm drawn to the one in his hand. He's ready. See? He got it all done. Whatever pentacles he had to do, whatever project he was trying to do, whatever abundance issue he was working on. One cup in the knight's hand, he's ready. One pentacle in the page's hand, he's ready. Balancing things out, the angels are balancing things out with us because we're doing our hard work. Even though that's not the Eight of Pentacles, it's still showing me with that picture, the Seven of Pentacles is before the Eight of Pentacles. Before the hard work pays off, he had to get all of his pentacles in a row. Okay? Then we have my courageous and daring card. He's ready. Ready for what? 11:07 on the clock. To be courageous and daring. The truth has come out. Now he's got one sword in his hand, and he's the King of Swords, and he's ready. His heart's ready. The King of Cups, his truth is ready. What's he ready for? Well, the next card out was his destiny, the star. That means a tower has fallen. He's went through the dark night of the soul. He's got communication coming in with the Wheel of Fortune about all the shit that's changing. He's ready. He's ready. Then we saw the Thank a Veteran stone. Look at that. Okay, and I'm drawn to again, he's got the sword in his hand. This guy's got the flag in his hand. He's ready. Okay, he's ready to do his mission. And then the last card out is the Nine of Wands. Why is the Nine of Wands the last card out? Because nines are the end that go to a 10. So you're at the 9, right? You're saying, I'm ready. Here's my cup of love. Here's my sword. Absolutely ready to finish our destiny. But back to the warning. Back to the warning of intolerance, right? Cutting them cords. Making sure that even if you're all alone, even if you're all by yourself, you're not, because you have the whole Astro team. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the rest of the deck and I'm going to shuffle them right in front of you, and we're just going to pull an end, maybe warning, maybe message. Let's see what it says, okay? Shuffle these up nice. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Cups. So we had the Page of Pentacles, and now we have the Page of Cups. What's in his hand? Yep, that cup. So along with the King of Cups. So it's action time. King, Page. What's a page do? A page is the childlike, wearing your heart on your sleeve, showing real love. Okay. Top of the deck, Ten of Cups. Now, Ten of Cups, I told you about yesterday. It's making the fantasies come true, okay? You can say, well, Ten of Cups is fantasy land. Well, we can make fantasy land come true if we cut them cords, don't tolerate any cheating, lying, and stealing. Page of Cups. With the King of Cups, Page of Cups, King of Cups, right? Turns into a Ten of Cups. The lights just flickered in the other room, so you can have what you rode your horse in on. Wheel of Fortune, everything's changing. You've got the communication to go. What are we going towards? We're finishing that fence, the Nine of Wands, our destiny, the Star card, and we'll pick one more from the middle. Four of Swords, healing. Why? Because you've healed. If you've healed and you're no longer the caterpillar and now you're the butterfly, and I don't know if eagles eat butterflies, but something does. So the only thing you have to watch out for is the prey that's going to try to eat you. And we need to finish this movie up. So shield yourself against the prey that's going to eat the butterfly, right? It's easy peasy right now. Okay? Easy peasy. As long as you do as the energy is telling you, have that intolerance, cut them cords. Listen to yesterday's video because it goes hand in hand with this video. And I just had a message pop up asking if I take donations. You can look underneath the description on my channel and it has all the information. I do Zelle for the animals and I buy them lots of food. And I will show you. I just bought all that yesterday. So, okay, I am Miss Mystic. I want to thank you all for listening.